We crave intimacy, we long for connection, yet sometimes our desires remain unfulfilled, leaving us in a state of sexual frustration. This isn't just about unmet physical needs. Sexual frustration impacts our emotional well-being, coloring our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Understanding this often unspoken struggle is the first step toward reclaiming our sexual satisfaction and overall happiness. Our bodies are remarkably expressive. When we experience sexual frustration, physical symptoms often arise. Muscle tension, particularly in the neck, shoulders, and back, is common. Sleep patterns can be disrupted, leaving us feeling drained and irritable. Even our appetite can fluctuate, with some experiencing increased cravings while others struggle to eat. These physical manifestations are our body's way of signaling that something is amiss. Ignoring these signs only exacerbates the problem, highlighting the importance of addressing sexual frustration head-on. Sexual frustration doesn't just impact us physically, it takes a toll on our emotional well-being. Irritability becomes a constant companion, often directed at our partners, friends, or even ourselves. Feelings of loneliness and isolation creep in, fueled by the discrepancy between our desires and our reality. Perhaps the most insidious effect is the blow to our self-esteem. We start questioning our attractiveness, our desirability, our worthiness of love and intimacy. This negative self-talk can permeate other areas of our lives, creating a ripple effect of insecurity and doubt. When faced with persistent sexual frustration, we often resort to unhealthy coping mechanisms. Aggression, both verbal and physical, can surface as we grapple with feelings of powerlessness and resentment. Some may engage in risky sexual behavior, seeking validation and release in fleeting encounters that ultimately deepen the sense of emptiness. Substance abuse, including alcohol and drugs, can become a dangerous escape route, offering temporary respite but ultimately masking the underlying issue. Recognizing these behavioral patterns is crucial for breaking free from the cycle of frustration and seeking healthier avenues for resolution. A vicious cycle: sexual frustration and depression. The link between sexual frustration and depression is undeniable. When we feel chronically dissatisfied in our intimate lives, it casts a long shadow over our overall mental health. The constant bombardment of negative thoughts, the feelings of isolation, and the erosion of self-esteem create fertile ground for depression to take root. This often becomes a vicious cycle. Depression further diminishes our libido, making it even more challenging to experience intimacy and pleasure. Recognizing the interconnectedness of sexual frustration and mental health is paramount for breaking free from this downward spiral. Breaking the silence: communication as a pathway to resolution. One of the most powerful weapons against sexual frustration is communication. Talking openly and honestly with our partners about our needs, desires, and frustrations can bridge the gap between expectation and reality. This requires vulnerability, empathy, and a willingness to listen without judgment. It's essential to create a safe space for such conversations, free from blame and shame. Remember, intimacy thrives on authenticity. By expressing our true selves, we invite our partners to do the same, fostering a deeper understanding and connection. The power of self-love: nurturing your needs and desires. While communication with our partners is crucial, it's equally important to cultivate a loving and accepting relationship with ourselves. This involves exploring our own bodies, understanding our desires, and embracing our sexuality without shame or judgment. Masturbation, for instance, can be a healthy and empowering way to connect with our sensuality and relieve tension. Self-care practices, such as exercise, meditation, and spending time in nature, can also work wonders for our mental and emotional well-being, reducing stress and boosting our overall sense of self-worth. Seeking professional guidance: navigating the labyrinth of frustration. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, navigating the complexities of sexual frustration requires professional guidance. Therapists specializing in sex and relationships can provide a safe and supportive space to explore the root causes of our struggles, develop healthier coping mechanisms, and strengthen our communication skills. They can also help us address any underlying medical conditions or psychological factors that may be contributing to our sexual frustration. Seeking professional help is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our commitment to our well-being. Cultivating realistic expectations. Embracing the ebb and flow of desire. It's essential to remember that sexual desire naturally fluctuates throughout our lives. Stress, hormonal changes, medications, and life transitions can all impact our libido. Cultivating realistic expectations about sex and relationships is crucial for preventing unnecessary frustration and disappointment. This involves accepting that there will be times of heightened passion and periods of relative calm. Instead of viewing these ebbs and flows as failures, we can embrace them as natural rhythms in our intimate lives. Conclusion. Prioritizing sexual well-being for a fulfilling life. Sexual frustration is a common experience, but it doesn't have to define us. By understanding its symptoms, effects, and coping strategies, we can take proactive steps toward reclaiming our sexual satisfaction and enhancing our overall well-being. Remember, prioritizing our sexual well-being is not selfish. It's an investment in our happiness, our relationships, and our lives as a whole. By embracing open communication, self-love, and professional support when needed, we can navigate the complexities of desire and create a more fulfilling and pleasurable intimate life.